Hello and welcome to Zero Cool Gaming and today's anime review. Today I'm going to be reviewing an anime called Gate. And what is Gate? Well, Gate is just a good time. Quite literally. It's a harem anime, lots of action, lots of interesting situations, and like I said, just fun to watch. It's entertaining. It's well written. Um, the what would you call that? The anime? No, it's not called cartooning either. Um, the animation is also done well. Um, and the subjects that they cover are done pretty well too. I mean, that it doesn't cover anything that you would call based in our reality in that respect, but it does cover some interesting topics if you were looking at a more advanced civilization moving in on a less advanced civilization. And the not just the problems that would arise from that, but also the benefits. And I like that it took both approaches. It showed the good and the bad. Um, I'm sure that there are probably a lot of aspects of this that apply in ways that I don't even understand and don't care to. Um, but as far as just the anime itself, uh, I liked how they approached it. I liked how they went about showing, well, let's just start with the main character. Okay, the main character is not your normal army buff dude. He's not the type of guy who would go join this, whether it be the army or the self defense force or whatever. Absolutely not. And the reason I know that is because, um, well, I've got friends that joined the army, and I never did. It's not that we didn't have similar hobbies or things that we enjoyed, because we absolutely did. It's a mental outlook, a view, a way of seeing the world in that respect. Um, they saw joining the military as a opportunity, a way to get to kickstart their life, when they got out and da 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 da. The reality is that all three of them joined and all three of them are dead. Go Army! Now, truth be known, though, they chased the high. There is no uh, greater hunt than the hunt of humans. There is no more dangerous being on this planet than we are ourselves. And from what I could gather from them before they, died from chasing that high, they enjoyed it. Absolutely. But, that wasn't the reason they joined the military, but it was definitely something that I could see happening because we were the type that would go out and ride our motorbikes, off mountaintops and jump off cliffs just for the fun of it. Uh, you name it. Race our cars around the corners at high speeds. Adrenaline junkies. Every damn one of us. And that adrenaline high is very addictive. And if you're in a field of work that supplies such an adrenaline high, that field of work can quite literally get you killed. Wouldn't matter if it was the military or if you're, building bombs, working with explosives, um, deep sea underwell, deep sea welding, um, even building a high rise. All of these things are very dangerous jobs. And while the job itself will not give you an adrenaline high, every mistake you survive does. And the same thing's true for, like, freehand cliff climbing. Okay, people don't, well, I'm not going to say everybody, but the majority of those who would go freehand cliff climbing are not doing it because they enjoy freehand cliff climbing. No, they're doing it for the adrenaline high. And that high comes when you slip and you have to catch yourself before you plummet 100 feet to the earth and die. If you do catch yourself, you got the high. That's why people do it. I'm not saying that's the only reason, don't get me wrong, but adrenaline junkies? Absolutely. And this show, in many ways, um, depicts that. Not just the main character, but the sub characters around him that are in the military are also adrenaline junkies. And they like the high. They love it. They don't necessarily do the job because they love the job. They do the job because they like what it can bring into their life. Pretty simple. And I also understand the main character's statement of he works to support his hobbies. Guess what? I am absolutely guilty of that. If I could have done the hobbies that I wanted to do throughout my life without working, I would have absolutely found a way to do that. But I couldn't, so I worked to support my hobbies. And it's not like I had expensive hobbies. I mean, my hobbies were skateboard riding, uh, martial arts, freehand cliff climbing, and driving my car. Pretty, relatively cheap hobbies. Um, and as I got older, I mean, I had entertainment, like video games, anime, movies, television shows. That's what I considered entertainment. And most of the time when I took vacations, it was to play a video game. I know that sounds crazy. Oh, why would you take a vacation to play a video game? Because I really wanted to play that game. Um, and don't get me wrong, there was a couple other times that I would take vacations to go to, like, amusement parks, but that's chasing the adrenaline high. That's what amusement parks are for. Not the only thing they're for, but that's what the rides there are for, is to give you an adrenaline high. Who would have guessed? Some people are able to do that with, horror movies or jump scares and stuff like that. And while although that would work, I can't stand horror, just period. So that doesn't work for me. Um, but I also liked how the writers of this story kept the side stories contained within each other. If they started a side story, they completed it. That to me is good writing. They didn't leave holes in the plot and holes in the side story are incompleted or yeah, incompleted storylines. They just they had their story, they told their story, and it was a good story. I think it was two seasons for this particular show. So I don't know how many there were in each season, but I watched the whole thing. It was enjoyable. It wasn't something that sticks out in my mind. It wasn't like a drama in that respect. It wasn't a story driven anime. It was kind of a mix between story and action, and that's where it goes. but well done, well animated. Okay, well, that's my review for the day, and I hope you enjoy the rest of yours.